This time on supersized grime, 2,000 passengers and just 45 minutes to clean a super ferry.
Well, this is turnaround cleaning now, all hands on.
The underground cavern filled with fat.
Welcome to our humble abode for the next couple of hours.
The men cleaning pylons without turning off the power.
As you're going past the cables, you'll get little electric shocks.
And a stream blocked with fly-tipped waste. But first, it's Good Friday, 8 a.m, the English Channel, heading for Calais. We're on board the brand new P&O super ferry, Spirit of Britain. It's immaculate, but that's about to change. It's breakfast time. Food and beverage manager Paulus wants to see how many are going to eat.
Won't be long though. It's a lot of uptake. 500 people roughly for breakfast this morning. Scrambled egg.
Everything is cooked on board, and that means dirty plates, dirty pots and pans, and loads of food waste.
I think in the galley they've got 13 chefs on today, 2 KPs.
KPs are kitchen porters like Shane, constantly cleaning behind the scenes. Shane's there to soak up the grime.
Obviously, you've got 2,000 plus passengers coming on. It's going to have a lot of washing up to do.
The diners are busy too, generating 500 dirty plates, knives and forks.
Goes in one way and comes out.
They'll also make hundreds of visits to the 80 toilets and fill the bins with rubbish. On deck, the traditional sight of British men in dresses drinking lager.
We're going to Eindhoven. For what reason? To get pissed.
Paulus wants to make sure things won't get out of hand.
Just had to tell the chap there not to undress any further.
In the cafeteria, breakfast is ending, so everyone switches into clean-up mode.
It's like the locusts have been in, isn't it? Busy, 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 clearing up, washing up, getting ready for the next trip.
If you can't stand the heat, don't work in this kitchen.
Constantly on the go. Busy day in the office.
Every minute's accounted for, so Shane doesn't need any unexpected jobs.
See, someone's dropped something, not cleared it up.
The big cleanup hasn't even started. The waiters, the car deck crew, the shop team, and even the boss are about to change jobs and become cleaners. For 90 minutes, nearly 2,000 passengers have been making a mess. The crew has just 45 minutes to make the Spirit of Britain look like new. P&O ferry Spirit of Britain is about to reach Calais in France. Nearly 2,000 passengers rush back to their cars, leaving behind their grime. The crew has just 45 minutes to make the ship look like new. Everyone gets stuck in.
Let's go and get my Hetty Hoover out now.
On trip, Janine does perfume sales, but like everyone else, she's a cleaner now. They've got to move fast.
Well, this is turnaround cleaning now, all hands on.
That includes the boss.
I just firefight wherever necessary.
The kitchen did 500 breakfasts on the way out. It needs a full clean.
Jobs everybody does, they have a lot of jobs. Many hands make light work, as I say.
Alice, you don't need to go to the gym after this.
Down on the car deck, there's even less time for the clean-up.
We tend to have maybe 10 minutes, if that.
With 180 trucks on board, the freight driver shower block is a top priority.
This is a chemical solution. It just gets the grime and the body fat off the walls. And then we just hose it off with some water.
The toilets have their own cleaners.
Once you get going, you just go on and go on.
One of the toilets is blocked. With up to 2,000 toilet visits on each trip, it's bound to happen. And like everything else, it has to be sorted before they sail. Departure is less than half an hour away.
Probably overuse the paper. I I've found all sorts down there over the years. Everything you can think of. Even false teeth, money, underwear and all sorts in there.
They're hoping for nothing unexpected in the showers.
The worst thing I've found in here is a bit of feces that someone had kindly left as a little present for me.
The next 1,000 cars are already driving on board. In the galley, the chefs have to get started on 500 lunches, but the cleanup's not finished. The last thing Paulus needs is trouble with his Henry.
The biggest pressure is to keep the schedule. If not, you delay other traffic and passengers start to complain.
A supersized bottom on the journey out broke a toilet seat. John has just minutes to fix it.
I'll get used to it, to be honest.
On the car deck with passengers streaming on board, Campbell is multitasking.
Plenty of jobs, yeah. Lots of... Well, the ship needs to be cleaned and we have to do it, so...
Right, they're all flushing nicely, running away nicely.
In the galley, Shane works on. He's no idea where he is.
I haven't got a clue most of the time where we're going. I have a quick look out the window. You don't really enjoy the sunshine as much when you're working and living a dream as such inside this ship.
The last vehicle is parked up. Most of the staff are back to their jobs dealing with the public.
Oh, we kept it well, I would say, as we always do, but that's our job anyway.
The 45-minute super ferry turnaround clean is complete.
That's it, off we go.
Well done, Colin.
But first, striding out across the land are structures some consider a blot on the landscape, others think magnificent. Either way, they're vital to our electricity supply, and they're dirty. Pylons, or transmission towers as the engineers call them, are a truly supersized cleaning problem. The cleaning team is run by Des Grant, better known as Dodge.
Well, if you're scared of heights, you're a non-starter in this game, I think, painting. That's, you know, if you're scared of heights, this job's no good for you.
Working at dizzying height isn't the only thing that might put you off.
Well, there's 400k running through this line here, so I wouldn't go out on these arms because you get fried probably.
400k is 400,000 volts. They're going to clean the towers without switching off the electricity. Unsurprisingly, this calls for a safety briefing.
Right, boys, risk assessment filled out before you start work. Your emergency plan's in there, read it. Don't just chuck it in the back of your van so you know where your hospitals are in case there are any emergencies or anything. Let's go in there and lots of money.
The lads want to get cleaning.
What size are you, Gary? 9, please, Dodge.
But Dodge makes sure they all have the safety gear they need.
Riggers. You got striker heads?
Yeah, got striker heads.
Wire brushes.
Please, Dodge.
Overalls.
Assuming they keep away from the electricity, the bigger danger is falling off. They use ropes and harnesses so they're always clipped onto the towers.
Come on then, let's have ya.
Falling off and the 400,000 volt conductors are the obvious risks. But there is another one. Lightning strike.
All right, cheers, Dave. Thanks a lot, mate. Bye-bye. Lightning risk free, boys.
All right, cheers.
Okay, righto. If we see or hear lightning, everybody's down off the towers.
With years of experience, Dodge wants to check all the rope gear one last time.
Righto, yeah, lovely. Let me know as soon as you finish because I want to hand this tower over for inspection today, okay? Righto, boys.
The job today is brushing off flaky paint and algae before the tower is painted. Safety is the top priority. Next is getting going because the team is paid for the work they do.
All right, boys, let's get this bottom tier done.
The more towers cleaned, the more they earn. And that can be £900 to £1,500 a week. The lads begin their ascent.
Action. I'm cameraman. Oh, by the way, there is sound on this. So hi to my mate, please. No swearing, boys. Hello, my mate.
I'll give you one look at the view and one look only because I've got to work. And there you see, the lovely view we have every day.
In Kent, electricity pylons carrying a 400,000 volt power line are in desperate need of maintenance. With their paint deteriorating, the steel will rust. But before they can be painted, the towers have to be cleaned. A team of climbers are beginning the ascent of tower number 4. With the camera on his head is Dean.
Right, let's earn some wonga.
Well, on this particular route, there's 47 towers. And this tower's probably about 130 foot high. Before you paint anything, you know, you got to get your prep right. We're wire brushing at the moment, getting the tower ready for primer. Any flaky paint got to be scraped off, getting it all ready for priming.
As you see, we're prepping the pylons just to get the flakes off, any dusty and rusty bits, and the green.
The green is algae, though on tower number 4, it's not too bad. Each tower gets a clean and repaint every 15 years or so. Without it, the steel would rust. Eventually, the whole thing would have to be replaced.
Good morning, Mr. Oxo.
While the men are on the steel towers, they have to be careful. The electricity is still on.
Well, this tower at the moment's live, so they can't go out onto the arms. They can only work on the tower structure, the tower body. So obviously we've got red pennants up on the arms, so that's demarcating the live area. We can't encroach that safety distance.
The red flags mark the safe distance from the live 400,000 volt conductor, 3.1 meters. Any closer and there's a danger of arcing, electricity leaping from conductor to man like lightning.
It's a funny thing, electricity. It can arc out. It can arc out at you. And well, you'll have serious burns. You'd probably be killed with this, with 400,000. You wouldn't survive. Sometimes when you're climbing up a body, as you're going past the cables carrying the power, you'll get little static electric shots. Zzz, makes you a bit jumpy, but they get used to that. That's part and parcel of the job.
You can't clean a transmission tower without a great head for heights and a sense of balance.
As you see, he's doing a daredevil move.
Over the last 10 years, the rope systems come in, so everyone must be attached before stepping off the ground.
But when Dodge started climbing towers, there were no ropes.
Well, you just climbed them freestyle with your paint on your side. There have been a few accidents, but there's probably been a few accidents with the rope system, but I've known a couple of boys falling over the last 28 years.
Doing well, young'un. As you see the young'un there, working away. Looking good. Yeah, I've taught this one everything he knows. This is why he's top notch.
Working hundreds of feet up in the air, exposed to the elements, and with danger of death from falling or electrocution, some people would get a bit nervous. Not these lads.
Kelvin, give us a wave. Kelvin, give us a wave. You make me chuckle. I hope this camera don't fall off my head. Don't drop the camera. Please don't fall off, please don't fall off. A good prep equals a good coat. I'm sure. I'm sandy sure.
Despite appearances, the pressure is on. They have to get the tower cleaned and inspected before the end of the day. And the pylon team faces a test.
They possibly could fail it if it's bad. Cole, what's it like?
Time is running out for the teams tackling Britain's supersized grime. Coming up, who is responsible for the grime in the stream? And in Scotland, will the power station be declared safe? Back in Kent, Dean and the pylon cleaners are working their way down tower number 4, scraping loose paint and algae as they go.
Everyone's looking good.
But before the tower can be handed over for painting, the quality of the clean has to be checked.
Tower's finished.
Ready for inspection?
Yeah, it's all yours.
Righto. Right, Cole. Tower number 4 is ready for inspection on prep. Okay, all right, see you in a minute. The QA team now are on the way. They'll be looking for any flaky paint, any algae on the tower, any green. You know, they'll take a wire brush and a scraper up with them. If they see a couple of little bits, they'll just, you know, get it up there so it's passed.
The quality assurance company checked that everything's been done right.
Do it, Dodge. Okay, Matt. Right, we're ready for a check now on this one. Prep. All right,
yeah.
number 4.
Yeah, we'll get that.
They possibly could fail it if it's bad, but we've got good gangs of men here, so I'm not expecting it to fail. Cole, what's it like?
Good. Couple of odd bits, but
Passing it. It's passed. All right, good. Righto.
There are 22,000 transmission towers in the UK. Today, it was the turn of tower number 4.